yeah, savoir. We love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In this bulletin, health declaration a must for travelers. Journey planner to benefit tourists as well. And ministry to set sugar production target for 2020.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Teva Lindua.
Any passenger who recently traveled to China's Hubei province will require a medical declaration before being accepted on a Fiji Airways flight at all Asian ports. Prime Minister Morenge Bainimarama says passengers traveling to Fiji from Hong Kong and Singapore must complete their health declaration forms. Bainimarama says these passengers are also required to undergo thermal screening prior to boarding. He adds they're currently working on establishing a full-time quarantine facility in Fiji for any individuals suspected of carrying the coronavirus. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister confirms that the Fijian students in Wuhan City are safe and healthy. He says if and when required, they will work with partners to evacuate them. The virus is now present in 4 continents, with confirmed cases in Australia, the United States, and Germany. There are now at least 162 dead from the virus in Wuhan in China's Hubei province. The National Journey Planner, once developed and implemented for the bus industry, will greatly benefit inbound tourists. LTA Chief Executive Samuel Simpson says the initiative will make traveling on public transport easier for tourists. Simpson says this is an inspirational project and they're in constant talks with the industry stakeholders. The Journey Planner will provide up-to-date information on bus schedules to all passengers via an app.
Take the uncertainty for tourists out of, planning trips, and a lot of backpackers come to Fiji. They're quite prepared to travel regularly on public transport. They don't really mind about that. So we need to foster this. We need to encourage it.
The Sugar Ministry will hold talks with the Fiji Sugar Corporation in the coming weeks to discuss the forecast sugar production for this year's crushing season. Permanent Secretary Yogesh Karan says the target is to produce up to 2 million tons of sugar or more for the FSC to break even. Karan says they're increasing assistance of the further mechanization of the sector.
This season we are also looking at getting mechanical planters. So this is a technology that you install behind the normal tractor that you use for farming, and then instead of putting so many labours to cultivate.
Prime Minister Morenge Bainimarama says government cannot allow our changing climate to limit the nation's progress or the opportunities afforded to young Fijians. Bainimarama made the statement while opening and commissioning the new Korotari Bridge in the Kaunrobe. Eleanor Rangaivu reports.
Communities that live along and on either side of this portion of the Lambasa River have for a long time been vulnerable to extreme weather events. When there is heavy downpour and water levels swell, key access points along the river become flooded and children are blocked from going to school.
Today, we end that difficulty for our young people because we cannot and we will not allow our changing climate to limit our nation's progress or the opportunities afforded to our young Fijians.
The crossing, along with 860 meters of road, is constructed at a cost of $4.5 million.
The new crossing we're commissioning today is a 2-lane structure constructed of solid steel piles. This project meets the high bar of quality mandated by my government. It is built to a cyclone resilient standard with a design life of 100 years.
Built in the last 14 months, the new crossing is the answer to prayers of the communities from the districts of Wailebu, Wairiki and Lambasa.
It has been only a thought from the side probably past 20 years, and now it's a dream come true.
Now that we have a new bridge, it's a good initiative by the government because we now can cross safely.
The new bridge will also serve as a critical link across the Lambasa River between the Korotari and Siberia roads. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
Villagers in the Cuba Kamba Peninsula requesting the government to assign buses sign buses to provide services for them now that they have a road. Turangani Koro of Romuna Kambatomasi Tokalovere says the bus service would greatly enhance traveling for villagers in the area. Tokalovere says they are currently using taxis, which costs $25 a trip from the village to Nosori town. He says many students are currently attending boarding schools, and if buses are provided, they can visit their children. The new Peninsula Road provides access to Kamba villagers who relied on boats for transport previously.
They can go here to whichever school is nearby. So back in the afternoon, we can see the homework, what's going on. So we can monitor like that. But we really need the bus to come here.
Suva lawyer Shazran Latif and co-accused Zoe Maharaj Moore appeared in Suva before magistrates this morning. The two are charged with 3 counts of being in possession of illicit drugs. The prosecution highlighted that they want to consolidate all the charges. The case has been adjourned to the 12th of next month for voir dire grounds to be heard. Coming up, youngster to lead Fijiana in Sydney. And Bai speaks highly of new Flying Fijians coach. Stay with us.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.
For the first time in Fiji's rugby history, a 19-year-old will captain the Fijiana side at a World Series tournament. Tokasa Seniasi, who has been quite a revelation for the Fijiana this season, will lead the side at the Sydney Sevens this weekend. Seniasi replaces Reicheli Daveua, who is back home with Asinate Savu and Ana Maria Naimasi due to injuries sustained at the Hamilton Sevens last week.
We want to try and keep on improving, just like our coach said. And everything when we go to, we'll just keep on working hard. So for this tournament, the Sydney Sevens, we will be trying and moving from 8 to 7, so we can be improved every time we join in the tournament.
New Flying Fijians coach Vern Cotter will be a great asset, according to former vice-captain Seremai Mbai. Having played under Cotter's leadership for 4 years with the French-based Clermont Rugby Club, Mbai says Cotter was a hard-working and driven mentor. Tremendous progress was seen in the club's performance after Cotter started coaching them in 2006.
He changed the whole environment, he changed the culture of the club. From the bottom of the competition, I think we played under him for 4 years. I think we made the final for 4 years and we won once.
The Nasinu football team will not underestimate Lautoka, even though the Blues have lost some of its key players. Nasinu coach Tangi Wanalangi says they have a number of new players in the team and a fresh start to the season, so they want to have a good outing. Nasinu will face Lautoka at 3 p.m. on Sunday at Churchill Park, Lautoka. To Australian Open, Rafael Nadal has failed to make it to the semi-final of a Grand Slam for the first time in 2 years, losing to Dominic Thiem. The Austrian outgunned the world #1 to book a spot in his first Grand Slam semi-final. It will continue to be generally sunny this afternoon. There's a chance of scattered showers late this afternoon and overnight, with more fine weather tomorrow. And that is your FBC News now. Remember to join us at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. For these stories and others, you can also tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. Enjoy your lunch and good afternoon.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.